Is my screen visible? I hope it is.
Yes, Jessica, the screen is visible and the stage is all yours. The mic
All
is all
right.
yours.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Good evening, good morning, whatever time is it, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for joining. So, pardon me if I shift sometimes to the other side because my second screen is on my right side. But yeah, welcome everybody. This is day one of cybersecurity social engineering webinar. I hope you learn a thing or two about social engineering, especially phishing, which will happen tomorrow on a live demo. I'll show you how threat actors or security auditors develop phishing emails and send it to their targets. So yeah, I hope you're excited. And yeah, without further ado, and without having much to say about my introduction, so let's go. Okay, a few things before we get started. So feel free to submit your questions at any time. We're going to answer them as we go and where it is appropriate or address them at the end. So there will be a Q&A session after the presentation. Okay, so today we're going to talk about social engineering and what are the techniques and the preventive measures. How are we going to defend ourselves against those phishing, vishing, smishing, all and sometimes we call them scamming that you see on your phone, on your emails, just to get your attention and get your personal information to hack you, to get something out of you. Okay. So let's define what is social engineering. It's an art of manipulating people so that they will give up confidential information or break standard security practices. Um, I'm pretty sure all of us, if not, I mean, most of us, if not all, have experienced, receiving texts containing links or email containing links. And for all we know, those links are malicious and can be used to hack our account. People will say my Facebook has been hacked or my e-wallet has been compromised. So maybe one of the reasons was because you were able to click, or the people who experienced it were able to click those malicious links. But today we're gonna help you see and understand the workings, the dynamics, how it is being done, and what's the purpose. Okay, for the overview, it stands for, SE stands for social engineering. It refers to the nefarious activities based on human interaction and behavior. So it involves normally the use of psychological manipulation. Okay, so what is confidential? All right, and let's dive into the facts about social engineering. Okay, everyone is a potential target. Don't say that I don't have much being displayed on social media or whatnot, because even if you don't display much, some people will do for you. So it's often easier for cyber criminals to manipulate a human than a computer network or system. And just a little bit of trivia. Some of the breach or hacking that happen usually starts from social engineering. So attacks can be relatively low tech, low cost, and easy to execute. And you'll see how easy it is by tomorrow during the demo. And of course, technology is rapidly accelerating along with sophistication of attacks. Okay. So the process, of course, there's a preparation. The threat actor, or in a case of an organization, if they're going to test their employees for readiness in, about phishing, phishing and other fraud activities. So they have to prepare. They choose their target, and perform a background check to determine an attack method. And then next to that is they try to deceive to connect. So they contact the target and take control of a session. And then next is winning information. They have to expand the foothold to start the attack, use business activity as a cover, and fish for data. And then last is covering of tracks. Those threat actors, or sometimes what we call unethical hackers, or uh, criminals, in short, cyber criminals, they leave no trace of the activity by covering the trail. Question: have you or any one of you recovered, or anyone that you know recovered their, funds after they said it was hacked, or transferred to people that they do not know? So yeah, that's a question to be answered. But more often than not, I think the answer is they haven't discovered. It takes time, effort, and until you run out of patience and stop tracing it together. So why is it dangerous? Why is social engineering dangerous? It's because it is based on human error. So the human factor causes legitimate users to do something they are unaware of. And it involves various social engineering attacks. So it can be digital or based on human interaction, and it's very difficult to identify. Now we have on your screen here, we can see different methods. We have scareware, phishing, we have baiting, water holing, and phishing. So let's learn about these things in a short while. So phone scamming. All right. They use burner numbers or those numbers that are temporary. So after using that number, they can throw it away for all they care. Now, burners are used to perform phishing attacks. And then sometimes the burners can be traced, but when things happen, um, it's very difficult for targets to recover whatever is lost or stolen from them. Okay, now you can see here on the screen we have an application wherein this method is used. So you see here, you can create your number. All right, site mirroring. So this one is copying a site, or they take a copy of a particular website that they like, that they can use. And S3 Track is a tool that can be downloaded, that can download web pages. So mirroring all tools also require infrastructure. So I think this is a little bit costly when you use site mirroring. Okay, phishing projects exist for many known reasons, and Facebook, social media, is often used mirroring-based attacks. We'll have this kind of example tomorrow. I'll be using a Google website. I'm gonna mirror a Google website to show you how I'm gonna use myself. I'm gonna fish myself. I'll use a Google login page to get my username and password. Okay, how do we prevent this? So if you see an email or a text message or a phone call, if you think they're suspicious, then if they have the links, they have other attachments, do not open it. So use multifaceted authentication, use multi-factor authentication, use one-time PIN and other authentications from different applications. So it's for protection of credentials to ensure the authentication of the accounts. So they will also give you, or they will read or hear tempting offers, and those offers are often too good to be true. When an offer is too good to be true, then it's not a good offer. Forget it. And then awareness. So you have to maintain your employee and device registration. And for yourself, for your protection, be constantly aware that if it sounds suspicious, if you don't know that person, then better be on the side of err on the side of caution than to go ahead with the activity which you think is dangerous and will land you in trouble. Now, be proactive in the area of awareness. Okay, so this time I'm gonna show you a video on how this particular person, let's call him a hacker, break into a company. So hopefully, okay. All right. Okay, you're seeing the video, right? I'm gonna switch my
No, you'll have to switch your screen, I
yeah,
guess.
I have to stop sharing my other screen and okay. Yeah, this one. Let me share it. All right, can you see it? It's a YouTube video from
Yes.
CNN. Okay, thank you.
The audio ain't there though. You'll have to activate that. When you share your screen, it will give you an option to select audio also. So did you do that?
Okay, just tell me if I'm gonna proceed with the presentation already, and because this quite important that it's audio based.
When
So
you share your screen, Jessica,
oh
it will give you an option on the right side that says share audio.
oh,
Okay.
where is
So
that? Right.
stop the screen sharing again.
Okay,
Now try
that
to
that was
click
the
on
one with the
the share button.
problem.
Click on the share button, and on the right side under options, you'll see share audio.
Okay. Oh,
Got it?
I haven't seen it yet. Wait.
You click on the share button on the right side under layouts, it will say options, share sound, optimize for video clip. You need to click both. Got it?
Oh, wait. Sorry, I'm having problem with my audio. Can you repeat it, Sanket? So when I share screen, I'll on the lower right, there's layouts and options, right?
No. You clicked on share button, right?
Yeah.
And gives you screen, document, advanced at the top, right? Now look at the right side at layouts.
Yeah, layouts and options I have here.
So under options, there is share sound and optimize for video clip. You need to check those.
Okay, layouts. Okay, so share sound.
Yes, and optimize for video
Up.
clips.
Okay, okay.
So whenever you're sharing a video and with audio, you need to do that.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you.
No worries.
This is the first time I share uh, a video, so my apologies. So let me share it once again. Let's try it now.
Hacker. Some creep.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, it will be better. Go ahead, play.
Dude in a basement? Well, that's a misconception. What if I told you there's a class of hackers who don't just have social skills, they have more social intelligence than anyone you'll ever meet? David Kennedy is one of them. He's what's known as a social engineer, or a people hacker. His craft is to dupe you into doing things and sharing information you probably shouldn't.
Can I just get your credit card number?
Some use it for illegal activities. In David's case, companies pay him to find out if employees are leaving the company vulnerable. He and his team show us how it's done. Step 1, spoof his number so it looks like he's calling from inside the company, and then call tech support.
Hello, you there? Hello?
Hi, this is Ken. How may I help you?
I was wondering if you can take a look at a website I'm trying to get to. It's for a big customer thing I'm working on for Monday, and I can't seem to get to the website from my computer.
Sure. What's the website? I'll see if I can get to it.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate the help. I mean, it could be a stupid thing. I'm really stuck with computers, but so it's www.survey. That's SURVEY -pro.com.
Yeah, I got a prompt to open. I just clicked open, and I'm at the site now.
Here's what the IT guy doesn't realize. By clicking that link, he's just given David full access to his computer.
Whoa, okay, that's weird. I just hit it and it works. It seems like it's working fine now. Awesome. I don't know what you did, man, but I really appreciate the help.
Hey, no problem. That was easy.
That was it?
We're on his computer right now.
You were able to take over this guy's computer within, I would say, like under 2 minutes.
Under 2 minutes, yeah. Under 2 minutes, took over his entire computer, and think of it as not just his computer, but it's pretty much a downfall of the entire company.
In this case, the company was paying David to hack them and see if their employees would fall for it. They did. To show you this demo, we agreed not to use the company's name. Kennedy hacks to protect. He's part of a growing number of hackers using this skill for good. Josh Corman's one of them too. He started a group to help bridge the gap between hackers and big companies.
Hacking is a form of power. Not surprisingly, as you walked into my house and saw all the Spider-Man stuff, I'm a big fan of the Stan Lee line of with great power comes great responsibility. We're coming to a point where the outside world, with a breach a week, a breach a day, affecting people's personal lives and national security, we got to grow up a bit, and we need to be very deliberate about how we use that power.
Corman formed the group after his mom passed away.
She was my science teacher. She kind of taught me that darkness is the absence of light, cold is the absence of heat. You know, if you see something missing in the world, maybe it's our job to put it there. I think the world's going to be whatever we want it to be and whatever we make it. There are very, very bad people, which means it falls to the good people to try to fight it.
You feel like you have a very personal responsibility.
We have so much potential to shape our culture, our values, our safety. If not us, then who?
All right.
How do you hack something?
So how was it? It's just the beginning. I'm gonna share another one. Let me just. Okay. Let me stop share this. Okay. If you see my screen now, I'm sharing about another video, and this time we're going to show you a demonstration about how an email can be used, or about how an emotion can be used to get the information that the hacker, the threat actor, or the security auditor wants from the target. So let me just share again my screen. Okay. All right, stop share again. Can you confirm if you can see my screen now? It's still another YouTube video.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay. All right, perfect. So here we go.
So I invited a few of the world's best hackers to try to hack me and show me where my vulnerabilities are. And now I'm going to meet them in Las Vegas for DEF CON, the biggest hacker convention of the year. They're hacking using social engineering, which is essentially hacking without any code. They just use a phone and an internet connection.
Do you want to do a sample phishing call?
What's phishing?
Phishing is voice solicitation, and basically what you do is you use the phone to extract information or data points that can be used in a later attack.
Let's do it. Who are you going to call?
Maybe I'll call your cell phone provider and
Okay.
see if I can get them to give me your email address.
I bet they're good. I bet they have my back. But yeah, go for it.
I'm going to spoof from your number, so it's going to look like it's calling from you.
Okay.
Hi, I'm so sorry. Can you hear me okay? My baby, I'm sorry. my husband's like, we're about to apply for a loan and we just had a baby and he's like, get this done by today. So I'm so sorry. I can't call you back. I'm trying to log into our account for uses information and I can't remember what email address we used to log the account. The baby's crying and can you help me? Awesome.
In just 30 seconds,
At gmail.com?
Jessica gets access to my personal email address.
Now, if I needed to add our older daughter on our account so she could call in and make changes, how would I need to go about doing that? You would have to send me a secure PIN through a text message? Yeah, well, the thing is, I don't think I'll be able to receive a text message if I'm on the phone. Shh. Oh, I'm not on there either? So I thought when we got married, he added me to the account.
Jess uses my girlfriend's name and a fake social security number
5127.
to set up her own personal access to my account.
Wait, I'm sorry, so there's no password on my account right now? Can I set that up?
She even gets the support person to change my password.
Thank you so much for your help today.
So she just basically blocked me out of my own account.
I'll get her fed after this. All right, thank you.
Holy shit. So they just gave you access to my entire cell phone account.
You're gonna have to go on and change your password now because it's Jess, my name.
And all it took was a crying baby and a phone call.
Yeah.
All right. So there we go. An ID person this time and actually in the other video. So we can say that not only ordinary people are victims of social engineering, even IT people are. So we have to be very, very aware and careful. Let me just check the other. Okay, I think we'll just have one video for this. Let me just stop share for a bit here. I'll share the other one. Okay, here's the video that I'm gonna show you in a bit. It's an anatomy of an attack or inside the mind of a hacker. So give me a few seconds here.
How did you decide? How did you decide to become a hacker?
Well, I'm not really sure what it means to become a hacker. That's like some guy in a hoodie who types really fast and stays up all night writing code and cracking passwords. It's not me. I just spy on people and see what makes them click. It's not a bad job.
Mark Hanning, CEO of Qualicart, set to report earnings after their blockbuster IP.
So you consider this a job?
I put a lot of work into this. I'm not lazy. It takes research to figure out the key players, learn all about them, their families, their friends, what they care about. You have to understand the company's organization. I get a lot of my information from the sales department because they're always so quick and eager. They're hungry. People trust too easily. They don't look at the details. I do. Details matter. That's what I'm good at. It has to look completely believable. It has to look familiar. This is where research is important. It's not some generic piece of spam. It's an email from their boss with their company's signature. It's written in the voice of the boss. It's what he would say if he were writing this.
What about the malware itself? How does that work?
Somebody else out there already wrote all the code that does the actual attack. I'm just using it in the attachment. My skill is in my ability to get a bunch of people to click on that attachment. I always wonder what it's like when the whole thing unfolds on their end, when the panic sets in.
Please leave your message after the beep.
Hey,
Hey, this is Rajiv in finance. Call me as soon as you get this. Something's up with my laptop. I can't. Katie, are you on your way to the office? Something's going on with our file servers.
It's Karen in HR. Our benefits dashboard seems really slow. We're getting calls from users on it. Give me a call when you get this. Joining conference now.
Apparently, there's a malware attack targeting our main.
It's ransomware. They're holding us hostage. We're locked out of everything. I can't even check my phone. What about the backup?
That will take days.
We need this fixed now. Pay it. We don't have a choice. We're reporting earnings in 2 hours.
But how do we know that they'll
pay it? Put every single person on getting us back up and running. That's the only priority now. Okay, it's done. I have the decrypt key. Mark, we have a big problem. The ransomware was just to distract us. They got inside. They got everything. Customer data, financials, everything.
Qualicart is reeling today from the news that hackers have released the personal information of nearly
The
2
Nasdaq
million
closed
customers.
lower today, led by Qualicart, which was down 14% on news that the recent data breach may be far worse than the company
Its stock
originally
fell
acknowledged.
to a new all-time low on news that CEO Mark Hanning is stepping down after what is turning out to be one of the worst breaches of personal information in recent history.
Do you feel bad about releasing the personal information? All the financials? All the money that was lost?
All I did was get the files. I'm not the one that decided to release them. I'm not the one that shorted the stock. Somebody else had their reasons for that. It's above my pay grade. I was paid to do a job, and I did it well. And that's what's expected of anyone, isn't it? Anyway, markets bounce back.
All right. So are you scared yet? Don't be. Okay, I'll stop share from this and I'll go to my slides. Okay. So how are you feeling right now? All right. So let's continue. So here's the cycle for social engineering. Of course, as we've mentioned earlier, they prepare for the attack, they establish a relationship, they obtain the information, and close the interaction. So what are the common social engineering attacks that we know? So we have pretexting, spear phishing or whaling or phishing in general. We have vishing, smishing, baiting, scareware, ransomware, dumpster diving, and shoulder surfing. So we'll know a bit more about this in a short while. Okay, pretexting. It's a social engineering technique in which a fictional situation is created for the purpose of obtaining personal and sensitive information from an unsuspecting individual. Take note, the word is unsuspecting, so be aware. Okay, what's their technique and goals? So how is it done? Attackers impersonate coworkers, police officers, bankers, tax authorities, or charitable organizations. So they build a credible story, or what we call the pretext, that leaves little room for doubt on the part of their target. And then a false sense of trust is developed with the target. A pretexter may ask a series of questions designed to gather personally identifiable information. So what are those personally identifiable information? For one, you have your SS number, credit card, bank account. So those information that are personal to you, that is, when you see it, when you use it, it is attributable to you. So that's PII. So why is it done? So obtaining sensitive information like, yeah, this one, security number, mother's maiden name, because this maiden name is used mostly in credit card application, place or date of birth or account numbers. So be very careful. Just a tip, if you have credit card numbers, make sure to put a sticker on it so that when you use it in the restaurants or in malls, especially if you have the physical card, they cannot see your number or the validity of it or the code unless they have to open your they have to scratch the sticker. So just a tip. All right, so let's go to phishing. What is phishing? It's a type of attack often used to steal user data, including login credentials, username and password, personally identifiable, or credit card numbers. So it occurs when an attacker poses as a trusted entity, dupes a victim into opening an email or instant message. Now, what are the signs that you're reading a phishing email? So it's too good to be true, number one. It is eye-catching or attention-grabbing offers designed to attract people's attention immediately. Like you see the word right now, or they put a date like an hour. So, for instance, a claim that you have won an iPhone, a lottery, or some other prize. Now, there's a sense of urgency. Act fast because super deals are only for a limited time. Hey, we love discounts, So your account will be suspended unless you update your personal details immediately. Okay, who would want their account to be suspended? Nobody, right? So be very careful. So hyperlink, click here to claim your offer. And then when you try to hover your mouse over that link, you will see that the link points to or redirect you to another domain or a link that is unknown to you or an alien to you. And also there's an attachment. So attachments often contain ransomware, malware, or other viruses. Okay, so phishing email, you have this, see, dear client. So if it's a proper email, but by the way, nowadays, phishing emails have become sophisticated. They use your name. It's what we call a targeted or spear phishing emails. So they have your name here. So yeah, sometimes you see their client or their friend, or sometimes you see your name. And then try to, hover your mouse, like putting the cursor over the link, and you will see on the lower left portion, it leads you to a different domain or link, which you don't know. As I've mentioned earlier, it's a different domain. Okay. Right. This is very common. Click here. Okay, so other forms of phishing, we have spear phishing, vishing. It's a type of phishing using your phone or telephone or mobile. So spear phishing, it's similar to top phishing. To phishing, spear phishing is an email or electronic communication scam targeted towards a specific individual, organization, or business. Spear, it's because when when fishermen use spears to fish, so that's why it's called spear phishing. So vishing, yeah, it's voice phishing, and smishing, or this is what we call the text messages that you see. So good thing now that there are security controls in Android phones or in iPhones that they put your spam suspected text in another folder. Sometimes automatically, sometimes not. But be very careful as always. So in smishing, an attacker tries to trick you into giving them your private information by sending you a text message. Hangfish. So, okay. Again, there's the click here to verify your bank information. And take note, no bank will do this. No bank will do this. Okay. All right. So what is baiting? It involves offering something physically or digitally enticing to a target in exchange for login information or private data. Okay, baiting techniques. So we have free media download where attackers publish download links on the web and mostly containing malicious software. They offer free music, movie, or whatnot if the target surrenders their login credentials to a certain site. Usually low-priced product, discounts, freebies. So attackers advertise extremely low-priced products in an online store. they created, hoping individuals will attempt to purchase the product and give their credit or debit card details. And a compromised USB drive. So this drive is used to inject malware and redirect you to phishing websites or give a hacker access to your computer. So there are automatically run USB. So I suggest you don't use your disable your USB drive if you're not using it, and always have your antivirus on your personal computer. Okay, scareware. I know some of you noticed this or have had this type of scareware. Like this one in your screen, you can see that yours PC is infected with viruses. So they will scare you with all sorts of scary tactics, saying that you have this and that in your computer. So yeah, what is it then, by the way? So it's a malicious computer programs designed to trick a user into buying and downloading unnecessary and potentially dangerous software, such as fake antivirus protection. So how does it work? It commonly generates pop-ups that imitate Windows system messages, often pretending to be an antivirus software. So the message usually states that infected files have been found on your computers, and then they will offer you something. And then, of course, after that, the user will obtain or download the software, which is effectively useless. And that it will allow the attacker to connect to your computer and install payloads or malwares. And then the user, okay, your money is lost forever if you've paid them. And their computer will, or your computer will become unstable due to newly installed malware. Whereas your computer can be used as a botnet or one of the bots to be used for DDoS attacks. So you'll become your PC or laptop will be a zombie. Okay. Now, what is ransomware? We've heard this term earlier, a ransomware. So it's a malicious software that prevents users from accessing their system or personal files and demands a ransom. Okay, a ransom payment from the user in order to regain access. Question: if you pay the attacker to release your file, are you sure you're gonna get your file back? More often than not, no. As we've seen earlier, they paid for the ransom money, but then their files, their information, their company data has been, in the dark web. They were sold by the hackers. So double whammy if we're talking about, yeah. Okay. So an example of ransomware is WannaCry. This ransomware is very popular back then, but this caused a lot of dollars wasted on the organization's part. So dumpster diving. Okay, do you like to put your account number, your password on a piece of paper and then throw it in the trash? Okay, if you want hackers to dumpster dive and see your information on the trash, then do this. And I mean, no, don't. So don't write any important information on a piece of paper and put it in the trash, because sooner or later, if people will do some dumpster diving and they happen to see your information, that piece of paper containing your information or your company's information or other people's information which they entrusted to you, then it's trouble's looking at you. So it's an attack. Attacker digs through trash looking for personal or confidential information that can be used to carry out an attack on a person or business. Okay. All right. So let's go to shoulder surfing. We love, we love looking at our phones anywhere, and people beside us love to look over our shoulders and see what's on our phone. Okay, it's like shoulder surfing involves looking over a person's shoulder to gather personal information while the victim is unaware. This is especially effective in crowded places wherein a person uses a computer, a smartphone, or ATMs. Okay. Okay, let's try to move a little bit back. How are we going to defend against pretexting? Never give out private information about yourself or anybody else over the phone or internet unless you initiated the contact. Legitimate organizations will never contact you via phone requesting personal information. As I've said earlier, no bank will ask you for personal information. If you're approached by somebody you don't know who is requesting personal information about you or somebody you know, end the conversation immediately. Let the individual know you want to contact the organization and verify their identity and motive first. Okay. In the case of organizations, as in the case of Qualicart earlier, so they give a lot of information on their website, which is supposedly not, which is supposedly confidential or within the organization. So yeah, at least from that experience, many organizations have already switched into, just posting what is supposed to be public, and other information regarding their organization are kept from their public website. Okay, so how do we defend against phishing, and how are we going to avoid phishing scams? So do not respond to communication you are unfamiliar with. Do not call any phone numbers listed in an email, text message, or instant message. Do not click on any links in an email message, and do not open any attachments contained in a suspicious email. And do not enter personal information on any pop-up screens. Legitimate organizations don't ask for personal information using pop-up screens. Instead, contact the supposed organization and verify. So if in doubt, this is the best thing to do: delete the email or the message. Or hang the phone. I mean, stop the conversation if it's a phishing. So how are we going to defend against baiting? So think twice before clicking unfamiliar hyperlinks while surfing the web. Use reputable retailers when shopping for products or services. Do not click on any hyperlinks that offer free music, video, or movie, or anything of that sort for downloads, because it's not really free. You're gonna pay for it. Avoid any hyperlinks your search engine returns that are classified as ads. Okay, so let's avoid the ads. Do not insert any USB drives into your computer that you find laying around. Say you're shopping, and then suddenly you see a USB on the floor, pick it up, plug it to your laptop, then good luck. Turn it into your So if it happens that it's in your organization on the floor, right, and you see it, so you have to turn over that USB. Okay, so how do we defend against scareware? Right. Always use up-to-date web browsers to ensure the latest security updates are applied. And then turn off or turn on pop-up blockers. And if you get a pop-up, completely shut down the browser. Use Control-Alt-Delete to close the browser if you are unable to close it normally. Do not click any links in a pop-up if you do get one. Always keep your antivirus program updated. And don't give up personal information requested by a pop-up. Okay. All right. So much information in one go, but I hope get the essence of it. Never ever give out personal information. And suspicious people, calls, conversations, stop it right away. Okay. So cybersecurity facts and statistics. Cyber attacks are the fastest growing crime globally. So there is a hacker attack every 39 seconds. And the total cost of cybercrime globally has added up to 1 trillion in 2018. So let's do the math here. 2018, And what year is it now? 2024? So go figure. So approximately 6 trillion is expected to be spent globally on cybersecurity by 2021. And we're 2024 now. So 95% of cybersecurity breaches are due to. All right. So yeah, as you can see from my screen, I'm into cybersecurity, and I do a lot of stuff. Part of them is pen testing and risk management in general. I've done vulnerability management, risk assessment, and all sort of cybersecurity stuff. So yeah, I think that's all for the who am I. So let's go dig in. All right. So hacker tool set. Set or the social engineering toolkit. So we'll be discussing this today, and let's get started. So our agenda now is to we'll talk about security lab requirements, about the tool, and we'll do some demo. I did not put here installation because we're gonna be using the built-in tool in Kali Linux. You'll see that in a bit. Okay, so a little bit of caution reminder. So attacking machines or people in the form of, getting their credentials and using it against them without permission is unethical and can land you in trouble. As for me to add that, okay, and punishable criminal offense in most of the countries. So save yourself from trouble. Do not do anything without their permission. So in here, you can see this is Kevin Mitnick. He's a hacker and a prominent social engineer. So he said that a company can spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on firewalls, intrusion detection systems, and encryption and other security technologies. But if an attacker can call one trusted person within the company and that person complies, and if that attacker gets in, then all that money spent on technology is essentially wasted. You see, information or cybersecurity has three things: people, process, and technology. So we can have all the, high technology tools, applications. We have processes in place. But if the people are not, aware or not trained how to spot scams, spams, and other malicious emails or text messages, then I can say that the effort spent on technology is wasted. So if you're curious about Kevin Mitnick, there's a movie about him. You may Google him and see how fascinating his life is. Okay, so setting up a security lab, basically we need just two things here. If you're using Windows, you have to have a hypervisor. It's either that hypervisor is called a VirtualBox or a VMware. I'll show you in a bit. And inside that hypervisor is a Kali distribution Linux. A Linux distribution named Kali. It's a platform used for pen testing. Okay, and we're going to use Kali Linux as our attacker machine. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit about the social engineer toolkit. So what is SET? It's an open source penetration testing framework designed for social engineering. SET has a number of custom attack vectors that allow you to make a believable attack quickly. So SET is a product of TrustedSec, and they're an information security consulting firm located in the US. So they said this is only for testing purposes and can only be used where strict consent has been given. So I've given myself to fish me, so we're good for this. Do not use this for illegal purposes, period. And please read the license under README or license for the licensing of SET. Okay, installation. So we'll be using the built-in tool in Kali Linux. And yeah, So let's start the demo. Let me just stop sharing my presentation and share to you the my other screen. Excuse me. All right. Share screen. Okay. Can you see a blank screen? Black screen? Okay. So if you will follow my pointer, so I'm pointing at this icon. So this is called VMware Hypervisor. So I installed it, and once I installed it, I installed Kali Linux. So let me show you. Okay. All right. Here is what VMware looks like. The outset. So when you install VMware, you'll get a screen like this. And on the left-hand side, we have home, Kali Linux, and Metasploitable. These are virtual machines running inside the hypervisor. So today we're going to use Kali Linux. Okay, let me just okay, exit from here. Okay, so when you play the virtual machine, specifically Kali Linux, so this is where you'll get. And in here, if you follow my pointer on the upper left, there is an icon. What's this? A dragon. So when you click that, you'll find all the tools available for ethical hackers or pen testers or anybody who's an enthusiast of cybersecurity, especially on the side of red teaming. So these tools are grouped into different classes. So we have tools here for information gathering. It's on the right side for vulnerability assessment here. So you know the drill. When you try to hover your mouse in each of the group here, you'll find the different tools. So right now our topic is on social engineering toolkit. So let's go further down. So here it is, the social engineer tools. And we will be using the social engineering toolkit. So this one. When you click that, you'll be asked for takes so long. Oh, wait. Is there a shell? Okay. So let me show you. Okay. You can see here there's a shell number, and that's the shell that you're gonna use for the tool. So just input your password, your sudo password, and then after that oh my laptop is quite slow today. Okay. All right. So after putting in my password, so you'll be prompted by this. So meaning you're inside the set tool. So you have options here from the menu. Social engineering attacks, penetration testing, third-party modules. So yeah. And to save time, let me go to the let me go to the other terminal. Okay. So all right. I'll just move up and we'll show you, I'll show the step-by-step process that I made. So, okay. Okay. Yeah, the screen you see earlier is this. Now, I'll choose the website attack vectors here, number 2. And then after this, I am prompted with another options like what should I be using? So I use number 3 here, credential harvester, because my aim is to harvest credentials, the username of and password of my targets. So I choose here, I put here number 3. And for choices, so I choose web templates. So meaning I'm telling the tool that I'm gonna be using web templates for my phishing, for my credential harvesting. So I choose one here. I hope it's very clear. I think it's hope it's bigger now. Okay. All right. So yeah. So I choose web templates. So I choose one here, and I'm prompted with this screen. Okay. And now I have the choice to use Java required, Google, or Twitter. So I choose Google, the easiest one. So after choosing number 2, so here is now the screen that I'm presented. So it says here that they're cloning google.com and that I am ready to fish someone. Okay. So what I do here is, I think I can, let me just okay, let me just so I will be using this IP address 192.168.2.128. So this will be my listener. So whatever the inputs that the target me in this instance, I'll see it from here. So after this, I make a very simple HTML file. So let's look for that HTML file. So here it is. This one. It's quite slow. So my process is I went to the set tool in Kali Linux. And after that, I made a very simple, for purpose of demonstration, I just made a very simple HTML file. And that HTML file will go to a website, my website, or it will go to the it will point to the tool, the SEC, the IP address earlier. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so the HTML file that I made, if I try to run it, so it will look like this. So when I click this, notice in here If you can see my pointer in here. So if I hover my pointer at the link, the Google link, it will show you the IP address that I showed you earlier in the SET tool. So let's try it. So for example, I'm the target. I click that malicious link. So after clicking that link, it will direct me to a site. For someone whose eyes are not trained to catch a malicious link, all they will just see is a page, a valid page or a familiar page, but apologies for that. My internet is quite slow today. Okay, let's go back to it later. I'll show you. Okay, now so we already have, now I already have the malicious link. So the question is, how can I make use of that malicious link? How can I give it to the target? So that's the question. It's either I am going to send it through email in the form of a phishing email or through a text message. Like for example, hey, your account is compromised. You have to change your password. You act now or else somebody else will take over your account. So in that tone, so it's either in a text message or in an email. So you'll be reading that type of text from the attacker. So what I did here is that I made an email. Okay. So the email looks like this. I just sent it to myself. Please don't spam me. You know my email address. So I sent an email like, hey, hello, our team received a notice that your account is compromised. So click the link now to avoid your account being abused and hacked by other people. And best regards, your Google friendly IT team. And right below that is click here or a button or a clickable so here, click here to change your credential. If you will notice on the lower left in this side, okay, so hover your mouse and see on the lower left side of the Gmail screen is the same IP address, meaning instead of going to Google, it will, the information that I'm going to enter will go to that IP address. So let me show you this one. So I'm going to click this because I am the unsuspecting target because I'm afraid that my account will be was compromised and maybe taken over by other people. And because Google said that I need to change it, so I click it. Okay. You notice here that it's not google.com. It's pointing to another IP address. And just for you to see what's happening, let's go back to our okay. Let me just go to the end part. Okay. Oh boy. My ISP is not cooperating with me today. I'm so sorry. Let me just go back to the other Sanket.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Can I proceed with the rest of the presentation while the phishing email is loading? I think my ISP is not working good right now.
Yes, you can
Yeah.
proceed. Or you can share the link in the chat also. Let us go ahead and try to click on it. See if it gives you anything.
Yep. And let me try once again. I'll go back to that terminal. You see my the listener here is just waiting for the on the left side of the screen. The tool here is waiting for the input from the user from the link where the
Share the
target.
link in the chat. Just copy the link and share it in the chat. Let's try to fill it.
Okay. So stop sharing first. Okay. So can I just continue with the presentation? I'll get I'll present
Sure.
this to you later. Okay. I'm sorry about that, guys. Okay. So yeah, we'll discuss about real social engineering attacks that happens in real life. So there's 100 million Google and Facebook spear phishing scam. So again, as mentioned yesterday, when we say spear phishing, it's a targeted phishing scam. So the biggest social engineering attack of all time, as far as we know, was perpetrated by a Lithuanian national. His name is Evaldas Rimasoskas against two of the world's biggest companies, Google and Facebook. So he and his team set up a fake company and they pretend to be a computer manufacturer that worked with Google and Facebook. So he also set up a bank account in the company's name. And then what they do is send phishing emails to specific Google and Facebook employees, invoicing them for goods and services that are that had that the manufacturer had genuinely provided, but directing them to deposit the money into their fraudulent accounts. So between 2013 and 2015, him and his associates cheated the two tech giants out of $100 million. So imagine how big the money is. Okay, and there is also another fraud. It's a 60 million CEO fraud, which lands the CEO of that company in court. So the plane parts manufacturer, FACC, they lost about 60 millions of so-called CEO fraud scam, where the scammers impersonated their CEO and tricked the employees into transferring funds. So after the incident, the company spent more money by suing the CEO and their finance chief, alleging that they had failed to implement adequate internal security controls. So the case failed, and it's an important reminder that cybersecurity is not just is a business critical and everyone's responsibility. So it's not just the responsibility of the leadership, the management. It is also the responsibility of the employees, us in general. So if we notice in this email, it says that the CEO is out of the office and he needs help right now. So there's an urgency in his email. So, and if you can see here, really appreciate it, mate. So there are telltale signs in this email, but still a lot of employees fell into this type of scam. So another is a Russian hacking group targets Ukraine with spear phishing. They are known as the Gamaridon and tracked by Microsoft as Actinium. So they allegedly been targeting organizations critical to emergency response and ensuring the security of the Ukrainian territory since 2021. So their initial phase of attack relies on spear phishing emails that contains malware. So the emails also contain a tracking pixel that informs the cybercriminals whether it has been opened. So the criminals can monitor if their emails containing the malware has been opened or not. The case is an important reminder of how cybersecurity plays an increasingly central role in international conflicts, and how all organizations should be taking steps to improve their security posture and protect against social engineering attacks. Okay. This time again, it involves Twitter users accounts, and this is in the form of phishing. So as we can recall, phishing is a type of phishing in the form of calls. So in July 2020, Twitter lost control of 130 Twitter accounts, which includes some of the world's most famous people, Barack Obama for one, Joe Biden, and Kanye West. So the hackers downloaded some users' Twitter data, accessed DMs, and made tweets requesting donations to a Bitcoin wallet. And within minutes, before Twitter could remove the tweets, the perpetrator has earned around $110,000 in Bitcoin and access across more than 320 transactions. So Twitter has described the incident as a phone spear phishing, or also known as phishing attack. And then the call's details remain unclear, but somehow Twitter employees were tricked into revealing account credentials that allowed access to the compromised accounts. So following the hack, the FBI launched an investigation into Twitter's security procedures. And the scandal saw Twitter share price plummet by 7% in pre-market trading the following day. So imagine the repercussion, the result of being a victim of phishing or any form of scam. So not only the reputation, but also the financial repercussion is one of the things that are a result of this being falling victim of scam. So 7% is quite a big figure in terms of shares. So there's one common thread through all of these attacks. They're really, really hard to spot. And this is where we come in. So yeah, I hope everyone had a great time learning this skill. So so far, if you can show us some love, if you enjoy it. And let me just go back for a bit in my Kali Linux. I'll see if the VM is good to me now. Okay. Just for a moment. Not yet. Okay. So my question to you is, do you want to learn cybersecurity? So you can type in yes or no. Okay, let me show you how to choose a cybersecurity career path that works for you. Okay, the cybersecurity job market outlook. So as you can see from the graph, it's an uptrend. So where are we now in 2024? Okay, so a cybersecurity career promises a high-paying role, a high demand for cybersecurity jobs, coupled with the particular skills needed for the job practically ensures an attractive employment package. So getting into cybersecurity, so there are just a few roles among many, and many of those with prior experience working in IT can make relatively shift transitions if they so choose. After all, if you have experience in IT and already possess a sturdy foundation of technical skills, you won't need to relearn the basics. So you have 3 levels: entry, intermediate, and senior level. So you can start as a cybersecurity technician, IT auditor, and incident analyst. So as you move up the ladder, you'll be a cybersecurity analyst, cybersec consultant, or a pen tester. And for a senior level, you can be a cybersecurity administrator, engineer, or an architect even. So the question now is, do you really need a degree for a cybersecurity career? So the short answer to this question is no, at least not technically. And there are bootcamps and certifications that can help you forge a path to career success or complement degrees in related fields. Moreover, about 20% of employers view an undergraduate degree in cybersecurity or a related field as the most important qualification for getting a job. Like the rest of 80% of those employers, for them, your degree does not really matter. As I've mentioned yesterday, I have a friend who's a pen tester, and he manages the vulnerability assessment and penetration testing team of my one of my companies before. So how to work in cybersecurity without a degree? First, you can have certifications. So certifications from professional organizations usually involve passing an exam and completing the required work experience. And company-specific certifications call for passing an exam regarding that organization's product. Like, for example, Cisco. So there are Cisco-related exams, which is, tied with Cisco products. Self-directed learning. So some students create their own learning experience with books, trade magazines, podcasts, and other resources. So while this approach can be helpful, students may struggle to present their knowledge and skills in a way employers can evaluate quickly. And the other way to work in cyber without a degree is through internships. So interns gain technical knowledge within the industry by working directly with professionals in that field. So this allows them to apply practical knowledge that may have learned from a classroom setting. Okay. So cybersecurity rules and what is needed for each one. If you want or if you're interested to be a penetration tester, so what is a pen tester? He is someone you hire to hack you ethically with your permission. Sounds counterintuitive, but wouldn't you want to know about your system's vulnerabilities before others do? So the tester simulates a cyber attack, and the insights they generate can help an organization close up the vulnerabilities in their system. So pen testers are very creative people. They have to find ways to penetrate or breach the network. They also keep extensive records of their activities and any vulnerabilities they discover. In this part, this is very important because this is part of the reporting process, which are very much valuable to the organization because from there they will know where are they vulnerable, what is their security posture, and other things that they need to see the overall picture of their system or network. So if this appeals to you, then you may have found your calling. The average salary for pen tester is $118,000 yearly. So if you're from the Philippines, multiply this by 50 plus, then you'll get the average salary. That's average. Okay. Compliance analyst. So again, cybersecurity or information security comprises of three groups: GRC, which includes compliance, the red team, which includes the pen testers, and the blue team, which includes all those non offensive roles. So compliance analysts make sure the organization is up to date with government rules and industry regulations. They are more into research and administrative work, and they ensure which rules directly or indirectly affect the organization and educate the members of the organization to make sure they comply. Compliance analyst is a researcher and more than anything has top parts, project, and people management skills. Their average salary is 92,000 US dollars. Okay. Threat intelligence analyst. This one belongs to the blue team. So as the name suggests, a threat intel analyst monitors potential and active threats to the organization's cybersecurity. They're people who have good attention to detail, organized, and have a good presentation and communication skills. This is very important because your leadership might ask you to, explain this and that, knowing that they're not technical people. So you have to explain your presentation for people who are, in layman's term, okay, for non-technical people. And the average salary is $98,000. Okay. So if you want to become a SOC analyst, SOC is Security Operations Command or Center analyst. Okay, Security Operations Center in this case, yeah. So they monitor an organization's network security for malicious activity. The job requires great attention to detail and a firm grasp of information systems and how they operate. So familiarity with software such as intrusion detection systems and firewall is also necessary. Their average salary is 106,000 USD. Okay. So we'll go to cybersecurity engineer. So this is more technically focused role than the previously mentioned ones. The cybersecurity engineer must know how computers and networks work. So how data is shared in the network, as well as intrusion detection systems, configuring firewalls, and also how to manage people and projects. So to become a cybersecurity engineer is an amalgamation of a pen tester, a cybersecurity analyst, and a cybersecurity architect. And guess what the salary is? It's 108,000 US dollars. Okay. Cybersecurity consultant. So if you want to become a cybersec consultant, means you're having a general skill set of both analytics and engineering. They protect their clients' network by assessing them and suggesting plans and policies that improve security. They could work in-house or be part of a consulting firm. And the average cybersecurity consultant is good at project and people management. Because cybersecurity is not really a one-man job or a one-man team, it involves a different team. So you have to coordinate with different teams, different people. So people management is very important. And they also have been firmly grounded in basic and advanced cybersecurity concepts. And they're good problem solvers. So it's a must for them. Their salary is 89,000 USD. Okay. Now let's go to the main skills needed for cybersecurity jobs. First, you must have a problem-solving skills. So as a cybersecurity professional, problem solving will play a major role in your day-to-day work. And those in the field need to find creative ways to take on and address complex information security challenges across a variety of existing and emerging technologies and digital environments. You also must have a technical aptitude. So as the name implies, cybersecurity is a technology-focused field. So you'll be likely tasked with responsibilities such as troubleshooting, maintaining, and updating information security systems, implementing continuous network monitoring, and providing real-time security solutions. So being technologically savvy is essential in order to perform the daily activities of a cybersec professional. And you must have knowledge of security across various platforms. So cybersec isn't just limited to computers. You'll need to be comfortable working on a variety of operating systems, computer systems, mobile devices, cloud networks, and wireless networks, and keep up to date on advances in the field for all of them. So as you can imagine now, being in cybersecurity is keeping yourself updated so that you won't be left behind. Now, attention to detail. Being able to defend an organization against cyber breaches requires you to be highly vigilant and detail-oriented in order to effectively detect vulnerabilities and risks. You like to be responsible for continuous network monitoring and will need to be able to quickly identify concerns and come up with real-time security solutions to address them. Yeah, this one is not technical communication skills, but nonetheless very important. So as a cybersecurity personnel or specialist, you'll be working closely with individuals in other roles and departments. So it's important to be able to effectively communicate and explain your findings, concerns, and solutions to other people. It's important to be able to speak clearly and concisely on cybersecurity strategy and policy, as well as be able to convey technical information to individuals of different levels of technical comprehension. And some of these individuals are not really technical people. You'll be lucky if, you know, the people that you're trying to explain your policies or whatnot are technically inclined. But just to get your message across, you have to tell it in a way that non-technical people can understand. Okay, computer forensics skills. So while computer forensics and cybersecurity are two separate fields, they're closely related. And having a foundation in computer forensics can help you excel in your cybersecurity career. To be able to effectively protect organizations' digital assets and prevent security breaches, you'll need to have a solid understanding of what happens if your efforts fail and how compromised data is recovered. So most cybersecurity degree programs will have a computer forensics component for this reason. Okay. All right, so let's have a little bit of understanding of hacking. So to effectively protect an organization's network and infrastructure, you'll need to know how they can be exploited in the first place. That's why most cybersecurity professionals must learn how to ethically hack. And essentially, you need to have the same skills as a hacker to fully understand how a system could be breached and in turn create effective solutions for thwarting these attacks. Now, the only difference between an ethical and unethical hacker is their intention, their motivation. So we talked more about ethical hacking in other webinars, but just for a little bit of context, hackers, good or bad, differ in their intention. So a desire to learn. So as with any technical field, cybersecurity is fast changing. So anyone who works in the field will need to be committed to keeping current with best practices and emerging industry trends. And will always need to be learning and self-educating, both on and off the clock. So this is very true. I do this every day. Okay, so essential programming languages for Cybersecurity Pro. So we'll learn about Python, Java, PHP, C or C++, JavaScript, SQL or SQL, and Bash for scripting. So how to learn the skills you need? You can do self-study. So you can study by yourself and gain the requisite skills to start a cybersecurity career. And there are tons of resources, and some are free and some are paid for you to use in your journey. So books, blogs, trade magazines should be your constant companions. And best books for cybersecurity, we have quite a few here. CyberSec for beginners, the basic of hacking and pen testing, and social engineering on the science of human hacking. And the good side of this is it is self-paced and inexpensive. While the con or the not so good side of it is you need a lot of discipline to stay the course. It could take a long time. And it could take a long time. So you can choose to go back to college. So if you're switching careers, you might decide to go to the college route. A cybersecurity degree or a related one, such as computer science, will nicely set you on your path. And there are top cybersecurity schools in the world. We have Carnegie Mellon, Massachusetts, or the MIT, University of California in Berkeley, Purdue University, and other universities listed here, Cambridge, Shanghai Jiao Tong, Swiss Federal Institute, and Bonn Rhein-Sieg University of Applied Sciences. So the pros is you'll get a solid understanding of the basics, while the cons is that it's expensive and still will take you a long time, like 3 to 4 years down the road. Or you can go to a cybersecurity bootcamp. So if college is not viable for you and you'd like to acquire cybersecurity skills in a short amount of time, you should consider a bootcamp. So they are cheaper than college and offer a practical curriculum based on what you're likely to encounter in the industry. And History shows that cybersecurity boot camps are worth it if you want to start a cyber career. Here at Exaltus Academy, we offer cybersecurity course that you can complete in as little as 16 months. So students will learn network and system security, Python, cryptography, threat intelligence, and many more. The pros are relatively cheap. You'll gain practical experience. And it is offered online and in-person programs and takes between 12 weeks to a year. The con here is that it requires strong self-motivation and time management skills. Okay, takeaways. So no matter your experience level, you can join cybersecurity industry if you work hard and learn the right things. So again, cybersecurity is a fast-growing industry with a huge skills gap. Cybersecurity roles are high-paying and in demand. Many other technical fields have skills that can easily transfer to cyber. Soft skills like presentation and communication skills, are also important in a cyber career. There are many paths to pursue based on interest and skill sets. And languages like Golang, Python, and JavaScript are important for technical cyber roles. You won't do any hardcore programming, but you should know programming, like, or at least doing scripts, okay, for automation. And especially if you want to be a pen tester, you're going to use custom scripts. You can create your own scripts. So learning Python is very handy. And cybersecurity bootcamps, college, and self-teaching are all reasonable paths to a cyber career, since any of the three can help you get certified.